So, Trump will probably be running for president in 2024. And in this video, I wanted to talk about not necessarily the fact that he's going to be running in 2024, but who will be the next person after Trump in the Republican Party, or who will be sort of the next, I guess, populist president after Trump. It's very difficult to kind of give a title to Trump, calling him a nationalist, a populist, conservative, because he has sort of been all over the place with his views and so on and so forth. So it's kind of difficult to give him that. I guess that give him a title of saying, oh, he's just a populist or be a nationalist. But the thing is that I really don't see any other sort of candidate in the Republican Party or any sort of conservative, independent, it doesn't matter, who would really, I guess, get as much of support or get this sort of type of fanatical supporters that Trump has had. Trump is interesting in the fact is that he is a president that's been able to really get a base that's very loyal to him to a point that's like a cult. And I think it's a very good way of saying it. It's like a cult with a lot of the Trump supporters. But after Donald Trump, being that Donald Trump is going to be getting older, I think he was going to be about in the next 3 years, he's going to be 78 years old when he's going to be running again in 2024. He's going to be pretty old, and his supporters are going to understand that there's going to have to be another candidate after him that's going to have the same qualities that he does, the same, I wouldn't say charisma, but the same way that he speaks his mind, the same way he just doesn't care about the news or the way that he's presented in the media. Just it's going to be hard for them to find a copy of Trump. And there have been people talking about that Ron DeSantis is probably going to be running for president in 2024. And I've seen a lot of interviews with him. I've seen him speak a lot. And I really don't see Ron DeSantis having the type of supporters that Trump has in the future. And a lot of people being very much, I guess, enthusiastic would be the word to say about supporting him. Really, I've noticed that about Republicans in the past, where their supporters are for them, but they're not as energized as Trump supporters. I'll give you the example of Mitt Romney back in 2012. When Mitt Romney was up against Barack Obama, it seemed like his supporters didn't fully like him because of the fact that he was a Mormon, but they understood they needed someone up against Barack Obama. It's kind of interesting in the way, like with Joe Biden was up against Donald Trump. Not a lot of people who voted for Joe Biden even necessarily like him fully. They just want somebody who's not Trump. And back in 2012, and please leave a comment in the comment section down below, I feel like a lot of people who just supported Mitt Romney were like, okay, is this guy who is the best option right now to go up against Barack Obama, and he failed at that. So now, with Donald Trump existing, basically, it seems like the Republicans are going to have to find someone the Republicans, independents, whatever, are going to have to find someone who can really kind of match the qualities that Trump has, which is, again, his sort of, I guess, his sort of chauvinism, his lack of concern of what people say, the fact that he just says whatever, he can manufacture conspiracy theories, he just says whatever he wants to on his mind to his supporters, and they love it. And he entertains them as well. And that's one component that I think a lot of people keep forgetting about. When I watch Trump's rallies, they're very entertaining. He is an entertainer. He's a great actor. He knows how to put on a great show. And a lot of other Republicans, a lot of these career politicians are not very good at that. Jeb Bush is an example of that. Ted Cruz is an example of that. I remember watching the Renegade Cut video, and I'll link it in the description below, about Ted Cruz being this sort of kind of flip-flop guy. He really doesn't, he'll just go with what's popular at the time, and he'll stick with that. That he sort of doesn't have a spine, and that he doesn't really have great convictions, and he's just sort of, He'll support whoever is in the position of power at the time, and he'll really run with their agenda if it really helps him out. And I think in Renegade's Cuts video, it really goes into detail about how Ted Cruz is like that. If I didn't explain it that well, Renegade Cuts video does a far better job. But I think Donald Trump really is the type of demagogue who can capture really can capture the attention of like a mass audience, can really get people really invigorated about him, about supporting him. Whereas again, other types of Republican candidates, I don't think would be sort of have that level of support to the point that they would lead an insurrection at the Capitol to overturn an election. I don't really see anybody, whether it be Marco Rubio, Ted Cruz, Jeb Bush, shoot, not even Rand Paul has that sort of charisma or that kind of support from his followers. It's pretty incredible. So, like, what will happen after Trump? Because obviously he's old. He's 75 years old. He's going to be 78 when he runs again in 2024. Obviously he can't keep doing this, but people want this type of person in office. People want this type of populist, nationalist, whatever term, this sort of, I guess, reactionary, whatever term people like to sort of apply to Trump nowadays. A lot of supporters want this type of guy, and people will become fanatical about this type of person. So it's kind of interesting of what's going to happen afterwards, because I don't see DeSantis filling that role. I don't see any other kind of Republican candidates. I don't even see Trump's son being able to fill that role that he has with the way he talks, the way that he doesn't give a shit about anything the media says. His son doesn't have that kind of charisma. His son doesn't have that type of energy. So who will be the next Trump, basically? And who will be the next demagogue? Let's put it that way. And yeah, that would be sort of interesting to see. And I don't know. I just would like to see people in the comment section down below tell me, who do you think would be the next type of extremist president? The type of ludicrous person, the type of absurd person Trump is. Who's going to be that type of person after him, who can fill that role? Because I don't see it presently. Ron DeSantis, I don't see it. Jeb Bush, I don't see it. Let me know in the comment section below, and I hope you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe if you like this type of content. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.